What's up, everybody? My name is Tiffany J, and I wanted to talk about something that is now resonating with me, and it's about being the CEO of your life. Whether you realize it or not, you are the CEO of your life. You don't have to be or become it, you just are. And just know that being the CEO is about refining yourself and becoming the best version possible. And it's not necessarily like a destination kind of thing, but it's more of this is the journey that you're taking. So there's a few points that I came up with on my own that I wanted to discuss about being the CEO. So take a listen. All right. So number one, don't undermine yourself because of your situation. No matter where you are, remember it's not about the destination, but the journey, living in the present versus living for the future or the past. So let me stop there. A lot of times for me, I would keep thinking about what I have to do, what's not done, or I think about what I have done and how I could have done it better, and forgetting about where I am in the current moment and what I could be doing to make this moment better. So that each moment in the present counts. Let's see. Life is about, it's not about what happens to you, but it's how you handle what happens to you. And I'm sure you guys have heard this. This is about necessarily not about being necessarily proactive, more so about trying to not be so reactive. And when you do react, don't worry about, oh my gosh, this actually happened to me. I might be saying that wrong. I feel like I need to start over. Life is not about what happens to you, but it's about how you handle what happens to you. Peaceful people who have unlocked the code to the good life. It's what I wrote down. A lot of older people tend to, you notice they're very calm and just even keel. Those are the people that I admire. I feel like they just unlocked this secret sauce to life, and there's something about it that I admire. So I feel like they know you can't cry. I mean, you can cry, but crying's not going to fix it. Complaining's not going to fix it. It's just life happens. So let's get together, like you, yourself, and you, and figure out the best case scenario on how to make a thing come to pass and to solve a situation or a problem. So I took a break and I'm back. To be transparent, when we talk about don't undermine yourself because of your situation, you can still be the CEO of your life and do awesome things. I got pregnant in 2022, so we're right under 2 years. Of her birthday's in April. And for me, I constantly look back at old pictures, photos, videos, things that I used to do. I think about who I was prior to becoming a mom, and I'm constantly just evaluating myself and thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm not whatever. And so that is me in my head undermining myself because of what happened and not focusing on the awesomeness that is going on now, the the amount of just discovery, self-discovery, evolution, growth, maturity that I've just gained in this short period of time in becoming a mother. And so I'll do another video about like 10 things I like about being a mom because it's really, really cool. But that was one thing, transparent moment, that I wanted to bring up in reference to, let's say, not undermining yourself because of, life throwing you curveballs and trying to maneuver and navigate, and then in thinking about your future, when I'm thinking about being debt free and my finances and getting a home, all these things, instead, that leads me into my next point. I want you to think about putting systems in place for you to win. When it comes to goals, we can do vision boards, we can get happy planners, and do a bunch of things as far as throwing our goals on like a bulletin board and hoping that we meet them every year. What I want to focus on is creating different systems to put habits in place to actually reach those goals. Excuse me. I've done all those things that I've listed above, but I've never necessarily achieved a goal in mind. I've gotten there slowly, but I want to get there quickly. There's a book that I'm reading called Atomic Habits. The author, I forget his name, it's somewhere in my notes, but he has a chapter that talks about goals versus habits. And like I said, in order to reach them, you have to have those systems in place. One good thing is to create an identity. And I don't mean take someone else's identity as far as like, oh, idolizing or becoming someone else and becoming someone else. But I'm saying like the identity of, let's say, like a character trait, someone who is a great organizer, or someone who, let's say in my case, is a great mother, someone who is healthy and fit, just to name a few things. What do you believe those good habits that that particular identity or personality has? Let's talk about zoning your life. So, in addition to not undermining yourself depending on your situation, putting systems in place so that you can win, I started doing a whole bunch of research about like organizing and cleaning your home and stuff like that. And they talk about like zoning your spaces and everything having a home. And I was like, I like that. For some, this comes easier, and for some, it's a little bit more difficult, right? So I thought about, is your life categorized in a way that makes sense even on your worst day? What are your routines? And let's see, set similar systems and habits in place. Does your life flow in such a way that makes it effortless? Remember, these are all things that work for you. When they talk about when they talk about home organization, for example, wherever you naturally drop your keys off in the morning, wherever you take your shoes, wherever you throw your clothes. If you throw your clothes in a particular whatever, why don't you get a basket and put your clothes, you throw them in that basket, and now it actually looks nice. It looks neat. So if you're always, for instance, in my finances, for example, I have like 3 checking accounts, right? Two personal, one business, and some savings, et cetera, et cetera. If you're trying to, you know how they used to have like, or not used to, some people may still do it today, but if you take money and you put it in an envelope and that's your spending money for the week, I kind of automated all of my accounts to where like what's left with my debit card, that's the only money that I have to use. And everything else pays for whatever else needs to be paid for. So I kind of categorize my finances. For example, I already talked about that. Let's see. Zoning your life. For me, it's all about the presentation. The way I present or portray myself is how I intentionally want to come off. Instead of, I already said that. As far as the blankets, I want to look organized, right? Going back to the identities and the habits of, let's say, whatever identity I want to fall into. So, an organized person. So, I'm trying to like categorize like my home life. If I want a meal prep, while I'm cooking, I'll put all the things into the different Tupperware. I take them to work. I feel like, I feel prepared. I feel like I'm walking in the way that I want to move. Let's see what I want to, as far as how my home looks. When you go into a retail store and everything is like laid out, I want my home to also like mimic or look like that. It just looks like a space, like a storefront. Let's see. As I move about in the world, I want to navigate my life in such a way that the way I left it is the way I want it to be found. Let's see, what else do I have? Sorry. My finances are intentional and my money has directives. Thus, my bank account at the end of each pay period will not be in shambles where they're overdrafted, but I'm on a forward trajectory towards the goal of financial stability and freedom. This too has to be defined for me specifically because each person is going to be different. Let's see, slight tangent, I think. Let's see, financial freedom or stability. What does that mean to you? Does it mean debt free? Does it mean ability to travel, ready to purchase a home, diversified portfolio, giving to charities or nonprofits, the ability to pay for your child or children's school or whatever the case, the education, shopping sprees? With anything that we discuss, these are things that I'm actively working on and defining for myself. And I pray that whatever your path or your category, as far as zoning in your life, I hope that that works for you. Number 4, schedule or lay out how your faithfulness or integrity will play out and what is your workflow. What does this mean to me? A lot of times I give for other people, and I want to keep my word to other people and put things on my calendar and show up and be there. But when it comes to myself, I put myself on the back burner. One thing that I learned about being a mother is I can't be for Sonia if I am not really for myself. So I started to really just block and put blinders on and focus on what I needed to get done. Let's see what I have in my notes. If you're first starting out, you can begin by upsetting your life to fix it back up again, to see if what you really have actually sticks, and then whatever else you need to toss. Okay, so what this was, you know how when people are organizing, they take everything out and they toss it on the floor, and then they're like, okay, this has to go and this has to stay. That's kind of what I was trying to get at as far as with what my schedule is. Let's just put whatever else I need. What do I need to do? What do I need to handle? Even like with my finances, because that's really big right now in the forefront of my mind. What do I need? Put it on a spreadsheet, put it on a dry erase board, a piece of paper, a sketch pad, whatever it is that you jot stuff down, throw it out there, and then see what you need to eliminate and see what you also can actually keep and start to organize and fit it where it goes. Let's see. This is all surrounded around motherhood, pregnancy, postpartum, etc. I'm in a new season as a mom and in a completely different body than I had 22 months ago. That picture that you saw in my intro, that's like my best, most fit self. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, but I'm on the path of being physically fit, and we will see. I've been jump roping, so we'll get into more of that later. And yeah, whatever. All right. So I did not snap back, but I'm still working towards a body that I can love and embrace. It's all about perspective. And when I look at some of my old pictures, I think how fabulous they look. And then boom, there's a picture. And I could have that old version, or I wish I could have that old version of me again. So I say to myself, I was so small, man. Some current photos, I think I'm just huge. But then I do a double take and I say, wow, I look so mature. So first I'm going through, this was in red. I didn't even finish this for my notes for my video. So I'm going through all my clothes and I'm starting from scratch because I have to. Yeah, I was a size 4. Now I'm a size 6. And then with jeans, like I only have 2 pair because of the apron belly that they talk about, like with my C-section and everything. So I'm taking everything out and realizing I need to create a new habit of taking inventory for my year, as reference to my new wardrobe that I have to have. So that's all I have for this video. It sucks because I should have had like 10 points, but yeah, I think I can stick with those for now, because the other thing about being the CEO of your life is sometimes when you're doing a business plan or whatever, I feel like you don't have to always have everything spelled out. Not necessarily for the business, but I'm talking about like in your life. You're going to be... Oh, great. That's all I can record. Okay. For this last part, camera went out. This is like my first kind of like vlog, trying to get into the YouTube space, like for real, just being myself and sharing what's in my mind. So I wanted to say I hope that the points made sense. I hope that it helped you, because these are the things that I'm working on. So you know that I'm telling myself that I am like an authority of my life. I have power, authority via Jesus Christ. I can move in the way that I choose, aligning with His Spirit. I can implement different things that I've learned, and I'm gonna be great. That's kind of the things that I'm working on, regardless of whatever the past has been, and having no clue how the future is gonna come about. just really focusing on being in the moment, being myself, being excited, and just like going there. I'm trying to read more. I'm trying to establish a schedule, and I'm trying to be faithful and honor my own integrity. I know that I can keep my word with other people. I know that I'm a giver. I know that I do all these great things, but it's really just how can I, as much as I've been pouring into other people, how can I show up for myself? And that's really what this YouTube journey is about. And I want to be able to track it. I want to be able to see it. And then hopefully as my daughter grows and these videos for your daughter or your son or for you or whoever's looking, they can be for somebody else to know that this too is possible. So my name is Tiffany J. Glad that you found me. And you can go to my website. I sing, I dance, I do artwork, BFA in art design. I have videos online, and I want to work on like doing clothes as well. So I take my art that I've done and I put it on, clothes. So someday soon, I'm gonna buy it with my next paycheck. I'm gonna put it on, and then you're gonna see. One of the phrases is called "Music is the balm of my soul." So that's one that I'm really excited about putting to fruition and like bringing that out to life. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more of whatever I got going on in my head. All right, take care. Yeah, so we're walking inside, so y'all look really cute today. Yeah. All right, let's go.